about you guys?
Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, and welcome to the Diva of Days of Our Lives and Friends. Tonight is our 404th Blog Talk Radio show. I'll make sure to check out all our shows and our interviews here on Blog Talk Radio. You can also find us on Twitter at Diva of DOOL, and we also are on Facebook at Diva of DOOL. And also we're on iTunes, so check us out there. I'm Marianne, and I'm at Mama_Hooch on Twitter, and we have the Diva Carrie here tonight. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, I'm at Diva of DOOL, and I'm planning on live tweeting the show at 1 p.m. Eastern Monday and Tuesday, since I did it on Thursday, and it was a lot of fun. So I'll be live tweeting Monday and Tuesday if anybody wants to follow me.
Cool.
Okay,
yeah.
Back to doing that. Okay, good. All right. And we also have Jen with us. Hi, Jen.
Hey, ladies. I'm at REXJDK at Twitter.
Okay. That's good. So everybody's been watching the show. Carrie said you tweeted, you said Thursday.
Yeah, I did a lot of tweeting on Thursday.
Yeah.
I was a little fired up on Thursday.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Did you want to talk about that? I guess since Anna's not here, you could talk about Kate and Sonny. Is that what you were upset about?
I was really upset. And yes, I am a Kate fan, but Sonny just flat out lied about Kate and her children and made it seem like she was a bad mother. And I was kind of furious. And I liked Sonny when he first came on the show. I thought he seemed like a really sophisticated, confident, out gay man who was, very self-assured and, had a very secure. He's, very secure gay man. You know what I mean? That even, and that's what I liked about him. Because he was such a contrast to Will, who was still struggling with everything. So I really like Sonny, but it's kind of waned a bit. Sometimes Freddie Smith, I don't like his acting. Sometimes, I mean, sometimes it's okay, and the writing for Sonny hasn't been that great either. But it was bad. Like at the pub, Sonny was there with Evan. And Kate got mad because she felt like Evan was hitting on Sonny. And Sonny, of course, is still married to her grandson. And Sonny started trashing her afterwards and saying, he trashed her saying that she's, been waitressing for a year, even though Sonny's been unemployed for a year. And really, his only job has been working for Titan. He's never. Well, I guess he did have the Java Cafe or whatever it was. I guess he did have the coffee shop, but even that didn't last like more than a year. Yeah, so I guess he did have one job outside of Titan. And then he said that all of Kate's kids are either in rehab or in prison, and that's absolutely not true. Not even in the slightest.
Who's in prison? I don't know who he meant by.
The only one that was in prison was Lucas. But Lucas went to prison to cover up for Will shooting EJ. Lucas took
right, but nobody else.
No,
has been
none
in prison.
of the kids have been in prison. None of them.
And is Lucas the only one that's been in rehab?
Yeah, I think Billy had a drug problem.
Billy did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Billy did drugs, but I don't think she ever really got in trouble with them. Like, I think she was able to quit without going to rehab. She was able to quit on her own. So, but that was too.
Not all of them.
No, and her father was the one who was literally like injecting drugs into her body, keeping her addicted. So you can't. Nobody can
Right.
stay sober if someone's injecting you with drugs against your will. I mean, that's what from what I remember. I remember her being went back when Lisa Rinna was playing her in the beginning. So yes, I was pissed. So, and here's Austin. I don't think Austin's ever really done anything wrong. Other than sometimes he's dumb. He's and I never understood why he kept
being stupid.
Why he kept marrying Sammy all the time. I never understood that.
Yeah.
But he's an accountant. And then Billy works for the ISA, and she had her own business, Countess Wilhelmina. So she's always been successful. And she was a cop. And then and there's Lucas, and Lucas has a business background. And I don't know what he's doing now. I guess he's still in Italy with Allie. I don't know. But still, though, I mean, for the most part, Lucas has been, he did some crappy things when he was a kid. But, I mean, for the most part, he's been pretty stand-up guy. Philip has, we don't know what Philip's doing, but Philip has a business background. And, again, he's never had a drug or alcohol problem, and he's not a felon. And Cassie, we don't know what the hell happened to her. I mean, she took a nap above the Brady pub, and no one ever saw her again. So she, again, never had a drug or alcohol problem. And then there's Rex, who's a doctor. Again, and never had a drug or alcohol problem and was never in prison. So basically, the only person all that applies to is Lucas.
Lucas,
Lucas out of 5 children.
I think Billy was in jail for something, too. I don't remember what it was, but I think he was in jail.
Yeah. And I think Will's been in jail before, too. His own, I mean, Will has done worse things than all 5 of Kate's kids combined. Will's done worse things than them.
Right.
I mean, he flat out shot EJ.
Yeah. And when Lucas went to prison, he was covering for Will.
Right. So, I don't think Lucas went to prison for anything he actually did, like, ever.
No.
So, yes, I was pissed. I didn't know if that was Sonny spouting off. I don't know if the writers actually think that all of Kate's kids turned out bad. But it seems like there was a lot of discrepancies this week, like Gabby making that comment to Julie that the DiMera Mansion was Chad's childhood home or family home, which is not true. And she went to high school with him. She knows he grew up. His last name was Chad Woods Peterson or whatever. She knows he didn't grow up at DiMera, and the DiMera family's only owned that mansion for like 25 years. So it's not really, like everybody, like people are pointing out, it's actually Donovan Manor.
Yep, that's Shane's house.
That's Shane's house. So, it hasn't been in the DiMera family that long, and Chad did not grow up there. So the whole thing is, so I don't know if it's...
Yeah, that was a big blooper, for sure. Yeah.
Right. So I don't know if these were all bloopers or Sonny was spouting off, but... I just got the impression the writers wanted us to believe what he was saying, and Kate really was a bad mother, and all of her children turned out badly, and it's not true. And I've seen several soap writers this week, bloggers, whatever. I've seen several bloggers say that wasn't true this week. So I don't know if that was a mistake or that was, like I said, they were just having something spout off, but it wasn't true.
Yeah. A lot of people caught that. I've seen people. There were some other things I think that were said that were wrong. Was it? Yeah. Did somebody say like about Kristen or something? Didn't get to see her baby or hold her baby?
Yeah,
but she did.
Hold her baby. Yeah.
Yeah, did they say that, or was it Lani that said that, or was it Kristen that said it herself? Somebody.
I think
said
Lani.
It. Lani said it about Kristen.
Oh, I thought Kristen said that, but we all saw the flashbacks of her and Brady with the baby, and she was holding it.
Mhm. So yeah, there was a couple different things this week that were, not making sense. And I don't know, they're not doing their homework or something. I don't know. And another thing with Kate, how he was saying about, she lost all her jobs or whatever, and now she's just been waitressing. But that's kind of was her choice, though, too, because she was in Rome and she wanted to get out of that. She was just tired of the lies and being stabbed in the back, by both Demira and Kyriakis. So she just wanted to do something different, and so she just decided to do that. So, yeah, so it kind of was like her choice. And she said she had enough money anyway.
Right.
So.
But she's there to spy on everybody, though. I mean, really, Stefano.
Well, yeah, now we know that. Yeah, when we found out that she was, Stefano was in contact with her, and she shows up at Stefano. I guess Stefano contacted her. Yeah, that was kind of a surprise. Surprised but not surprised. But so what do you think of Stevano, or whatever they call him? What do they call him now? Stevano?
Yeah.
And Kate, I don't know. I saw those spoiler pictures out there. It's just like wrong just wrong.
Yeah, they're going to be doing it. They're going to be doing it.
I'm telling you.
But for Kate, it's an upgrade. It's an upgrade from sleeping with Stefano to sleeping with Steven Johnson. Yeah, that's an upgrade.
Really? Okay, he has Stefano's memory, but it's still Steven Johnson. It's still Kate and Steve. That's his body. That's him. It's just, he just has,
I guess
he just having his memories. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
But is she going to say, but it's Stefano? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Little Steve finds out when he gets his memory back.
Oh, Kayla's going to be
Kayla won't let him forget that, I guess. Oh, yeah. So are the Stella fans. Oh, my. Yeah. Yeah. But I have to say, on the other end of that, I am liking Kayla and Justin.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah, really. I am. I didn't think I would, but I do. I know. Never thought of them as a couple before until they kind of put them together. So.
Yep.
Yeah. But I have to say,
it didn't work with her and Shane, but.
No. I was
just wrong.
When I watch this, when I'm not watching the show live, I watch it the next day while I'm getting ready for work. So sometimes I don't see it, but I'm listening. And I happened to look, and I was looking at Kayla's apartment, and it's tiny, and she has no kitchen cabinets in her kitchen. And I'm like, what? No, and I was complaining because, I'm a kitchen designer, so I noticed these things. She had like a cardboard box that was spray painted, stainless steel, like a refrigerator. It was tiny. It was probably like a 30-incher. There's a big dent on the freezer door. And I'm looking. I'm like, there's no wall cabinet. Like I didn't see any cabinet. And then she told Justin she cooked dinner for him, and I'm like, on what? All she had was a refrigerator. She didn't have anything else.
Yeah, I didn't even know what it was, an apartment or part of the Salem Inn, or if she was living in a hotel room. I guess it's an apartment. I don't know.
To me, it looks like the penthouse, but
it does.
To me, they just added a little kitchen to the end of John and Marlena's penthouse. Like it had the same French doors to the balcony that showed the city skyline. And the thing is, too, like Steve and Kayla's house, I thought was super cute.
Yeah.
So, and they got rid of that set, and they barely used that set at all. So and I was saying Justin left a 46-bedroom mansion to go live in this tiny space, which I don't even think he's gonna be able to put his stuff in there. I don't know where he's gonna put his stuff. That was just a big pet peeve of mine, that the set people did such a bad job on that apartment. It's just horrible.
okay, speaking of when Kate saw Evan and Sonny, and she told them she did go to see Will.
Mm-hmm.
So she talked to Will, and she's trying to, you better do something, talk to, don't give up on Sonny, don't give up on Sonny and everything. So shows Will calling Sonny and says that he wants to meet him, but I don't know if anybody's seen it in the spoilers or not. You think, oh, maybe he's gonna want to get back together, but I think he's gonna ask for a divorce. Is what I had heard.
Yeah, I think he is too.
So, yeah. And then we had the really nice, good scenes with Justin and Will.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Those were so good. And you think and how Justin, has kind of not, I guess, forgiven him, but still saying that he still loves him as a son, even though with everything, he says something about a son disappoints you, a son, does all these, makes you angry and does things, and hurts you, but you still love him. So I thought those were really good scenes. It's kind of almost like he's kind of forgiven Will for what happened. So
I don't think Wally can do a bad.
What's that?
I don't think Wally can do a bad scene.
But he was really fantastic.
But he was.
I mean,
the emotion in him. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was tearing up. It was so good.
Mhm.
That was wonderful.
That was that was a good scene.
Yeah, I even tweeted to Wally about it because I just had to say something. He was just fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
That's all a lot of people did. A lot of people. It really touched a lot of people. Now you watch that, and then you see douchebag Eric, and you know what I mean?
Oh, yes, that's another one. I just want to just scream at him and just he's always so self-righteous and just so, I don't know, that angry all the time for no reason.
If somebody kept your daughter from you for 6 months, wouldn't you be mad?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I would be mad, of course, but to the extent, why isn't he mad at Sarah?
You
Sarah
did see anger at Ciera, though, when he was talking to Nicole.
But not like...
Two of the women I cared about most betrayed me. So he is angry at Ciera, too. But he's not showing it now.
No, he's
but he treats her differently.
Forgiven Sarah. Yeah, he's forgiven Sarah already.
Because she's the mother, And Nicole brings up a good point. Well, it said it took her 2 years, though. It's more or less what he's telling her. It took her 2 years to forgive him about Daniel, and he killed somebody. So, I don't know. And there was another time he couldn't forgive her for something. It was Eric. Him and Eric couldn't forgive her for something one other time, and Daniel did, or forget what that was all about. But I don't know. He's just...
Oh, geez, he even brought up the ancient history about her being paid off to marry Lucas. It's like, holy crap, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah, that went way back, yeah.
Yeah, it's like after 20 years ago, come on.
Yeah.
And she has changed. She has actually improved and gotten better. She had. And she She still could have kept the secret, but she did come out and finally tell him, but, And it was Sarah's secret to tell, basically, but, Yeah.
But we do know why she was insecure, and she was, and we do know that's the main reason is because she was afraid of losing him. But But she always goes to Brady. Brady's always her cheerleader. Yeah. So.
I love Eric Cole, but I have to say, I think Brady and Nicole are a better match because Brady never judges her. He never really judges her. So, and he likes the bad girls, and he doesn't expect her to be a saint and be perfect. So, I mean, I know they kiss like next week or something. So, yeah, she's going to go back to Brady.
Yeah, I think so. Although I don't know. I don't know if they're trying to have Kristen back. With who?
Xander.
Oh, yeah. Xander and Nicole? Yeah, they could work too. Yeah. They have that little snarkiness, that are the banter between them. Mhm. But I do like Ciera and Xander are so cute. But Ciera pisses me off, and Maggie kind of put her in her place where, she's letting Eric rule everything.
Yeah,
like if she wants Xander, that she needs to say, hey, Xander's been here, even though he was in on the whole thing too. But he's been there for, Vicky, and more or less Maggie told her the same thing. He was the one that was there for the diapers and all that, and and she's more or less anything Eric says, because I guess she's afraid of getting custody, but he doesn't know that he would get custody. So now the baby. What do you think about them writing it? The baby has cancer. Did you see where Ron's dad tweeted to him, or why did you give that baby cancer? So I guess his dad is even upset that he went there.
Yeah, stage 3 cancer to a 6-month-old. Yeah, that's really hard that's hard.
Yeah. And so now they have, I guess, Lindsey Godfrey and Greg Vaughn, are going to be off for they didn't really say how long, but they're going to be off for a while because they're supposed to be going to Boston now for treatments. And of course, he doesn't want Xander to go, so I guess Xander's staying behind. So, but didn't Xander just break your heart?
Yeah.
He has those. He can get those little puppy dog eyes and those little sad eyes, and he's so good. One time he can be just so nasty and ruthless, and then the next time you could see his heart. So I think he's doing a really good job with that.
Yeah, he's just he's so cute when he gets like that. He's so cute.
Oh, yeah, he gets really so cute. That's what it is. It's just you just want to hug him and and that accent too. It was just like
See, I have to give Ron a lot of credit. When all the other writers squandered Xander and just used him for 2 or 3 month arcs and never basically had him getting laid, to be blunt about, which made no sense at all whatsoever. And Ron saw him as a leading man. And I have to give him a lot of credit for that. Because, the thing is, and he can act. The guy can act. So, they just pigeonholed him that he was just a one-note villain, and that's all he was going to be. And, kudos to Ron for giving him a storyline, a real chance.
Yeah, and he works with he has that great relationship with Maggie, and that works, and then with Ciera, and with Victor, how they play off each other, and he's funny, with he has some good one-liners too a lot of times. Too, so, and then we have Ciera trying to go after him. She's telling Ben that somehow because she believes that they're involved with Jordan's murder. So she messed up his one case, I guess, and then she got another one and switched it. So now he can't get into it. Now he realizes that somebody's been messing with it, and he's kind of confronting Ciera about that. And because she tells Ben that she's going to try to be his, best friend and really get in. I guess they're kind of related. I guess they're cousins, aren't they, or kind of, sort of?
Yeah.
I have to keep thinking that they are, because that would be Bo's cousin, I guess.
Cousin.
Yeah.
Would be first. Yeah. Okay. Oh.
Yeah, I'm actually
being Ben and Ciera.
the Ciera thing makes me just roll my eyes. I don't think she's very bright.
No.
And she looks more like a call girl than a executive trainee. I don't know what the hell she's dressing. Why she's dressing like that? Yeah. Basically, I mean, she has her boobs out, and you could see her bra, and that's not how women dress in the corporate world. You don't have your bra hanging out of your blouse. And she's actually making me cheer for Xander. I actually don't want her to get evidence against him.
Mm-hmm. Something's telling me Xander and Victor didn't do this one.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
No, not Jordan. No. Now I heard that they did it's Will.
Yeah.
That when they said that they put they did something, and I think I heard that they did it to protect Sonny. Victor did it to protect Sonny. That Sonny actually is the one that caused whatever accident or whatever that killed Adrieanne. So I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. But we still really don't technically know exactly what happened to Adrieanne. They made it. They never came out and said, but they kind of make it seem like it was an accident, like a car accident. And was Will drinking? Was he texting? Was he did something or supposedly to cause the accident, but they have not really still come out and said that. And kind of a secret, I guess. I don't know. I guess it's eventually being revealed.
Yeah.
And then we have Lani and Kristen deciding to leave the convent now.
Yeah.
And go up. I guess Kristen did. Yeah. Kristen's finally got a light epiphany, I guess you could say. We're gonna go back and fight for our men. We're gonna fight for our men. And of course, JJ, how did you like how long it took?
Oh my God!
I have to laugh because it is true. I have to laugh because my husband was sitting there and he never hardly ever watches. I mean, he just makes fun of it all the time. And he'd come back in the room and he said, "Is he ever gonna shoot her? Or is he ever gonna?" He says, "Are they?" Does he still have the gun on her? And I said, oh, yeah, this is how they do this. It'll be the whole show, them back and forth, him wanting to shoot her and Kristen, and then they'll go to commercial and then they'll come back again. But, yeah.
But what about what he said to Eli?
I do. Well, what was that? Go ahead.
What he said to Eli?
What did he say?
I stole away on your plane. I took your gun. And you suck as a security chief.
Yeah. True. Well, of course.
I gotta say,
it took almost the whole show.
Stacey Hayden was fantastic this week too, with her basically trying to get JJ to shoot her. She was okay with it, and then the speech she made when she decided to give up being a nun and ripping the habit off. I mean, Stacey was fantastic. And I'm glad again that Ron decided to keep her around, not just write her off.
Yeah.
Like they do with Kristen. So she was fantastic this week.
Lonnie was good too.
Yeah, Lonnie improved a lot this week. Yeah.
And then when she sees Eli there, they're more or less Kristen's there. Like I'm thinking to myself, there's your chance. Kristen just told you, go back and tell him. And she still didn't tell him. She still, and he was right there. She could have just told him. No. Of course, then you have Gabby back talking to Julie.
Yeah.
And Julie's just loving her and just praising her. I'm there, oh, Julie. Wait till you find out. Oh my God, that was fun.
Oh my gosh.
I want
when it comes out about Gabby. It's going to. Sooner or later. And Julie finds out.
That's going to be awesome.
I want Doug to find and go off on Gabby.
Yeah, I want to see Julie do it. Julie's a lot scarier than Doug. I'd be scared to death to piss off Julie, not really Doug.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Doug's pretty easy going.
In time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doug was a bad guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, but it was 40 years ago.
Yeah, he was when he first came on, but he's kind of really mellowed since then.
He felt a lot.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then what do you think about Princess Gina?
Oh,
do you think it's Princess Gina on the video, or do you think somehow you think it's going to be? Because you're worried, she's worried, and Abigail sees this and she goes, "Oh my God!" But I'm wondering if somehow Stevano did something. Somehow maybe I don't know if they messed with it more or what. I don't know if it's time for her to be revealed or not. I don't know. Should be interesting. I don't know if anybody did you hear anything that this is.
I think Ray
caught or
something.
Eve gets out of prison. Yeah, Eve gets out in prison real quick, like Monday or so.
Right. They say that they have the evidence she didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I like the outfit Hope had on though.
Yeah.
With the yellow, we had the black thing and then the bright yellow jacket. I thought it looked good.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, but Princess Gina, and it's like, I don't know. I think I'd rather see Princess Gina and Stevano than Kate and Stevano. I don't know. Whoever. I don't know. No. So did they fully explain about how, I guess, because Stevano is really dead, right? But did we see back, how Shane and Steve did that whole pretending?
Yeah.
But then wasn't there something, they kind of left it open, wasn't there something they were looking at a video?
Yeah, and they thought it was...
It showed this guy. Yeah. Like they kind of left it open, like they looked, that's, is that him? Because it looked like they were both surprised or something. So I don't know. It's I kind of guess they kind of left that open, but I would say that I guess Stefano's, however Rolf got the memories or something. I don't know. No. I don't know. Is there any, am I missing anything else? I don't know.
Oh, Jack and Jen.
That's right. Yeah.
Super cute. Oh, there was a little bit.
He took her home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Abby first took her to the bistro, and Jen was remembering a little bit, but not really anything significant. And then Jack took her home Friday, and he carried her into the Horton house, and he got wedding cake for them. And he put their wedding pictures in their photo album, and it was so sweet and so romantic. And they're just so cute together.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. It was, it was so sweet.
Yeah. Okay. I think I have a caller. I think it might be Angela. Hello?
Hey there. Hey, it's Angela. How are y'all?
Hi, Angela.
I was all caught up this week, so I was excited to hear what everybody else has been watching it too. But I guess I have a couple of different opinions about, first of all, about Ciera. Honestly, I think it's a good thing that she and Eric are leaving town with the baby. Now, I agree, stage 3 cancer for 6 weeks, 6 months of old, however old that child is, that's a little bit extreme. But I think they need to get them the heck off the screen for a while because they have written it into a box. I mean, what else are you going to do? I mean, I feel like Ciera should have been, and I wrote something, this is years and years ago, a long time ago, but I really think Ciera should have been a little bit older and a little bit more of a businesswoman and a lot have a harder edge to her than she was ever written. When she came on, I've always been completely disappointed, and not necessarily Lindsay Godfrey. She's maybe great, but it's just that that just wasn't the part that they gave her. That's not the character, but who the character was. And so, so it's just going to be boring no matter what you do with Ciera and Eric. And I think that it's almost like I was thinking about. I don't know how many of y'all used to watch Another World a long, long time ago. And I barely remember it myself, but the Steve and Alice and Rachel story back at the very beginning when Rachel.
Oh, I used to remember that. I remember that.
I'm talking. I must have been about 8 years old. Seriously, but it was that good that I remember specifically that part. Watching it with my grandmother, and I think Rachel and I watched some scenes from Another World not too long ago on YouTube. I'm quite, got down in some YouTube hole. You can get down the rabbit hole on YouTube at times. Yeah. And so I watched these whole episodes of Rachel and Mac, and then Rachel had done something, and he's so mad, and he jumped back into accusing her of stuff that went on 20 or 30 years ago. And she said, "I've been married to you for 20 years. Why are you mad?" She said, "Why are you bringing all this stuff up?" And she said, "I thought when we got married, you realized that all that had happened, and I'm a changed person, But then she says, but now you're immediately jumping,
like Eric
because this is some horrible thing. You immediately jump back to what god awful thing I did 20 years ago." And I think that's human nature. Thankfully. I've been exposed to a lot, but not to somebody, cheating on me kind of thing, at that extreme. But I could see where, especially with Eric's character has been in the priesthood, he's been out of the priesthood, he's been a lot has happened to him, and I kind of buy that he could be that self-righteous and pious about the whole thing. And because it's easier for him to deal with it, because he's looking at everything black and white. It's going to be much easier for him to go back and think, okay, well, Ciera's the mother. We've got to take care of this child. That's the first priority, and it is. Realistically, that is the first priority. So I think they get them off the screen, and it's fine if they're gone until next August, as far as I'm concerned. I know that Greg Vaughn is going back on the Owned show. He's got the that's ongoing role on whatever that show is. I have not seen it. This is going to
be a long while. They're going to be off for a long period of time.
I feel like that it's. I don't know. I can't. It has to. It's hard to really judge what the timing is. But this week they alluded to that, and I think y'all mentioned this to me last week, that Sammy's stuff that she has already started filming is not going to air till August. She talked about that. She was on the Home show talking about her Christmas movie that Blake Shelton produced. And so and then they also did a lot of leaking on several different places, and again, who knows if it's true, but at least it's out there a lot more. It's on a lot more about EJ and the potential that maybe he'll return with her come the fall. And so
I did see stuff about that.
And they could film that, in different chunks, because that's the beauty of what Ron has done with all of this, flashback and flash forward and trying to figure out, well, what happened in between, because nobody understands how Adrieanne died. And so I think I liked what you said earlier about maybe it was really Sonny, and covering up for Sonny.
That would be
I hadn't thought about that, but that's a good that would be a good piece of it. But I just, like I said, I think the show is doing really well. I cannot believe that the ratings were as poor as they were, and I don't know if it's because of this impeachment coverage, because I'm generally watching it, off the app or off YouTube. So I hate that, because I think the show was the best it's been in forever. And Xander too. I agree with what y'all were saying about Xander. I think that too. He's not going to be another EJ, and there's never going to be another James Scott as EJ. And I hope that we do get a little vignette to come back. I would be the happiest girl in the world. And obviously there are or e-jammies. I had 6 people start following me again this week, even after I've got it as a closed account and had to request to get back on. The e-jammies are popping back up. And but I think that Xander's not necessarily going to be EJ, but there's really 2 sides to him. And and Paul Tefler is such a good actor. I think whatever they give him, he does well with it, and he's truly a Kyriakis, and I think he could be a really good foil too with Philip. I mean, I just am so excited about Philip being back and those cute little dimples. I don't know if y'all have watched the little blast.
Have everybody watched the app? Yeah, I've been watching it. The last blast.
I still have to see episodes. I have seen episodes 1 and 2. I haven't seen episode 3, which is out there.
Yeah.
But I mean, he looks so good, and they interviewed him that, and I think y'all talked about this last week. But he did that cute interview with John Aniston and Lauren Koslow.
Right.
And it was just precious, and you just thought, well, and every night there were lots of people on Twitter saying, "Oh, we just want him back all the time. Please, please, please."
You put him on the show, not just the app.
And so I think that's going to make the whole Kyriakis thing a lot different. And then you do have the whole situation with Wally. And I mean, this is so good for Wally, and actually, I think it's good for General Hospital and Days. Because, it was all a complete accident that he just didn't have a full-time contract with anybody, 10 years ago. I mean, I think I met him at that, whatever the girl was that had the bistro over there. That's where I think Anna was the only person from the Diva Girl group that was there besides me, and she and I didn't even know who each other were. I remember seeing her now, and I took pictures
I think Anna was there.
Group. But Anna was there, and we figured that out, and I took pictures of her group because I saw a lot of people that I just have never met really officially to say that I knew them. But anyway, I think that it's like I said, I just think it's going to be really interesting because he kind of walked into that. General Hospital said they could use part of Ned again, and so he did that part-time, and he did part-time days, and now he's the big winner out of the whole thing because now both shows love him. Both shows want to see him. It's picked up people's interest in Ned on General Hospital. General Hospital needs something to pick up because I'm not watching it very regularly, so I don't really know everything. But I know people really like him right now, and when he's got its new little family thing going. So
I heard Jane Elliott's coming back too. Tracy's coming back on GH.
Yeah.
I had not heard that. That is fantastic. I didn't think she would do that.
Yeah, I didn't think she would come back either. But I did see that.
That is fantastic. Yeah. That is such good. That's awesome. I can't wait to go back and read about that. But anyway, I guess my whole thing is just saying I agree with what everybody's saying. I just think anything though that does seem a little bit rote or routine, right now, I think helps to set up for an even more interesting thing. Because I think it is going to get pretty interesting. I think they will put Gina, Princess Gina, and Stevo, or whatever we're calling him, together at some point. I mean, they had a kiss years ago. I can't remember what the story was, but I don't know. Maybe it was a Princess Gina, or maybe it was. I hate to even mention Dina Higley's name, but anyway, whenever she went completely bat crazy last time with the puzzle box thing, I can't remember which storyline it was. But I really think that could be quite interesting. But I think it also shows I want Stefano to be alive. I want Stefano to be circulating the globe forever. And he'll have Dr. Rolf or whoever else mad scientist that he needs to always be, throwing things in and causing a mess. I think it's great that I was concerned about Kate and kind of what Lauren Koslow was going to do at first when they put her in that waitress situation over there with Roman. I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is not good. But now she's in on the whole thing. So that's going to be.
She's in on the whole thing. That was a good twist. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm excited about it. I think Wally. one good thing about Ron that I can't say about even with Hogan Sheffer, and I thought Hogan Sheffer was good. And, when he passed away not too long ago, and he they didn't even say exactly when he passed away. It was kind of like when James Riley died. It was like a month or two later that people either realized it or they announced that he had passed away. But and I liked Hogan Sheffer a good bit, but even though he wasn't on very long, and then of course immediately we got Dina and a mess. So the thing is that Ron totally gets who these characters are and who the best actors are on the show. Mm-hmm. And so so that's what he's built around, the people that are going to be able to carry it. Because if you've got people that are not as strong actors, and there are some fabulous actors that I like on the show. One that we talked about tonight that I'm saying may be off on a hiatus for a while. I love to see him. I like him. He's a super nice person. He's a good actor, but he is not nearly the actor that, Stephen Nichols is. Stephen Nichols is one of the best actors that's ever been on Days, in my opinion. Now, whether you always like the Patch story or not, it's a different thing. But I think he has always been a really strong actor. I think Wally Kurth is a really strong actor. I think, Mary Beth Evans is really. But all the people that they've got now, that they're building this new tent pole with, is good. Now I agree though, absolutely, and I didn't think about Ciera, your whole experience with the kitchen design and everything. But I don't understand what happened to that set, because that was the best set that they ever came up with, and I felt like they built it from scratch. I wouldn't be surprised if Stephen Nichols and Brian Totillo and a bunch of those guys got together and built that set for Kayla, and it was so good. It had so much light in it and everything. So I can't figure out, unless they just don't, they brought back that horrible set from the Mira, mansion that's the size of a broom closet with its ugly colors. So they've got that.
Mansion,
so, yeah, I mean, it's just pitiful.
They got the bigger one back. Thank goodness.
I think that however those sets are built, they're probably got it such that they've got everything up, and maybe that's why they didn't bring back that other set, because I think that other set was built completely a one-off, and so maybe there's just not room for it. Because but they even covered that before I even thought about it, and I don't even know if I had seen at that point the kitchen set or the whatever the scratch and dent refrigerator that they got on sale somewhere. But the thing is that basically when Caleb was explaining to Marlena, I guess it was her, that that night was going to be a special night because Justin was going to move in, and she said, and that was it was a place that I never lived with Steve.
Mhm.
And
right.
I thought, okay, and so then that explained why they were not going back to the cute house that was so well lit and pretty.
Right.
They've gone to this mystery location. Yeah. So, but she must be like me. She must be in a much tinier little spot than she used to be. But anyway, I'm just, like I said, I love the show. I'm thrilled with what's going on. I hope everybody's tuning in and that the ratings are going up. That we're almost through with some of this stuff in Washington, which is just I don't even talk about or think about, and just hope that the ratings start to follow, because it's just. I'm just proud. I'm just proud of the show. I'm proud of what everybody has done, and I just think everybody's doing their best, and people are going to come and go. I just don't see how they've got the cast even back now with as many people that are all not on contract. You can only have so many people on at a time. General Hospital got to the point for a while there, and before I really even kind of stopped watching it, is they had so many people on there. I don't care whether they were contract players or they were, not. They were on to the point that you'd have to say, well, we're going to have, what's her name? I can't even think of her name. The girl that played Phyllis on Young and the Restless, Stafford. It's her real last name. I can't think of her. Red hair.
Michelle.
But it's almost like Michelle Stafford. it'd be 2 weeks before she'd be on again. You know, you'd see her, she'd be in a scene with somebody, you'd be something intense. It'd be 2 weeks before they get back to that again because they had so many people in it, and I don't want days to get like that. So, like I said, I'm okay that they hold off for a while and come back to.
They do seem to come and
go,
you know.
Yeah.
But
you got Nicole and you got Brady. Anyway, I'm just happy. Anyway, just wanted to say that, and I'm glad to hear the show. Y'all did a great job tonight. It was fun listening.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. And we know it's renewed for another year, so yeah. So we know it's going to be on another year, so that'll be good. Oh, okay. We're getting to the end. Anything else? Anybody remember anything else from the show that we forgot? No.
Did anybody see the Christmas movie that Allison Sweeney was in? I didn't watch it.
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't see that. Anybody else doing any? I don't know if there's any spoilers. Yeah, Carrie?
I just wanted to say I'm really not interested in the Gabby-Chad rivalry. I could not care less.
I want Chad to leave so badly. That's one person I could see going, and we would not miss him.
I didn't really miss Chad.
Me.
Yeah.
No, because he was never the character.
I didn't miss him.
I didn't miss Chad.
I don't think he's a real DiMera. Yeah.
Yeah, Abby, but not. Yeah.
He just.
I want to back and squash Abby like a bug. Not Gabby like a bug. At this.
Well, at least she's on the trail, just like her mom was years ago and her dad with the trying to figure stuff out.
No,
I don't know. Like I said, go ahead.
It's Gabby. I want Tony to squash like a bug.
Oh, okay.
Gabby, she wants Gabby.
Yeah.
But I like how Abby's now back into the investigating, reporting. Like how Jennifer, now she's kind of like taken over. Investigating like Hope and Princess Gina, so she knows something's going on.
Well,
of course, we have Rafe now thinking something's up. So.
Well, at least, and I've even seen the glimmer of light in Galen's eyes occasionally. Usually he's he's stepping through. Every scene is the same droll whatever. But I think this has been, at least this has given him some different. At least a little bit of difference to play, but I think Camilla. Like I said, I was awful about Camilla when she came on the show. I really was, because I saw her on One Life to Live, and she was really young and had just started, and she was really bad. And she was playing like with Robin Strasser and Erica Slezak and all the big heavy hitters on the show, and it was bad.
She was good.
No, she was terrible when she first started on One Life to Live. I thought she was terrible. So they had her with A. Martinez or something. I mean, they had her with the best actors, and it was just, she was brand spanking new, and she just could not hold. In my opinion, could not hold her own. But she has she has grown so much on Days that she is really, a pretty evil now, and you really, you love to hate her kind of thing. What is she going to be up to now?
Love to hate her.
So I think she went to the Robin Strasser, Erica Slezak school of learn how to be, and plus she's had all this experience on Days, because she's probably worked under 4 or 5 different writing regimes. She's been there, and now they've got Ron. So it's good. It's good. I said, but Chad DiMera could leave tomorrow, and I do not care. I mean, he used to be. I think they meant originally for him to turn out to be Kate's son, when they first started.
I still wonder
if
that could happen.
Yeah. And the fact, and they did it to protect.
Another one.
I think James Scott was probably threatening to leave, and they needed some type of backup plan in case he did leave, because then they didn't want to be there without anybody in the DiMera household. And I really do think that's kind of why that whole thing got cooked up. And then, and I didn't care for the first Chad very much, and then they brought the second Chad on, and I just don't see it. So like I said, to me, as if anybody, if they call his number up, I'm happy for him to go, because then we'll have Philip back, we'll have Xander in the mix of things, and there could be some back and forth between Basic Black and Titan and Demira Enterprises, or some type of merger or something. I don't know that they need 3 major companies in Salem, wheeling and dealing or not. So, but I guess
Basic Black is an offshoot of it's with Mira, right? Basic Black is.
I've forgotten. I've forgotten what it is.
Or is it
that?
Or is it separate now?
They're separate, but I think Xander wanted to bring them back. So that's what he was meeting with Nicole about a few times. He wanted to. Yeah, Basic Black is starting up again. They really don't have that much money, and Xander offered to bring them back to Titan, and Nicole didn't want to do it.
Yeah, I think it was talking about they had their sign up this week. They had the old sign up like when they did the fashion show from 5 or 6 years ago, and I like that. So and we don't there are no Demira offices. There are there's pretty much Chad on the phone.
Those Demiras.
Catching the airplane to fly somewhere. So like I said, I think if they were to bring back Sammy and EJ, I would just be so happy come next summer. I don't know if I could stand it. But we'll just have to wait and see if that will actually materialize. But anyway, I didn't mean to talk so long. This has just been fun, and y'all are so sweet. Thank you for taking the call.
Okay. Well, thanks for calling in. Yeah, we're just about, I think this show's just about over. So, thanks. Yeah,
all right. Y'all take care.
That's it. Okay. Good night.
I want Tony and Anna back full time.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, yeah. I think they're supposed to be back sometime next year, early next year, I think.
God, I hope so.
Yeah. I think Tony and need Andre to come back. That's what I like to see. Like Andre be alive too, Talk to
bring them both
Tony's
back.
alive, Andre's alive. Yeah. So. All right. I guess that's it. Anything else?
No.
All right. We covered everything. So, all right. Well, see you, I guess, next week.
Yep. See you next week.
Okay.
Oh, I wanted to say, hold on. Happy birthday to Marianne's husband. Happy birthday, Bernie.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
65. He's officially old now. He's on get Medicare now. That's what I told him. You're officially old now. Get your Medicare card, which he did. He got it. He got it in the mail. So there we go. Which helps. That's good. So, and the Penguins won, so he's happy.
Yay!
They won in a shootout, and I was watching it right up to the end before I came on here. They won on a shootout, so
cool.
He's happy. All right.
Steelers.
Okay. Oh yeah. The Buffalo Bills
tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Okay, hey,
lady.
That might be the only New York that might give them a fight.
Okay.
The Giants and the Jets really stink.
They do. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a big game tomorrow. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, guys.
All right. Good night.
Good night,
all right.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply.